let's get back to creating again. So we recently created paper, and it is in here. So, what about the feather? The paper, not ink, but a book to hold the ink. One who knows books has 4 eyes. I mean, more than one way, I guess. So, paper yet again, and tobacco right here. So naturally, we'd make a cigarette. It is now beyond any doubt that cigarettes are the biggest cause of statistics. Statistics in general, I guess. Let's go back to technology. The laser. We can go ahead and burn that book. Into a CD. Burn a CD. Walked right into that. Standard diameter of a CD is 12 centimeters because it must hold all of Beethoven's 9th Symphony. So... the book again. Only this time with a TV. And we get a computer. And then... human gets addicted to the computer, but somehow manages to become a cyborg. Beneath that warm, fuzzy exterior beats the cold, mechanical heart of a robot. Futurama. Alright. So now... the computer again, I guess. Combine it with itself, and naturally we get internet. The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. That I can agree with. And the computer one more time. The radio wave. We get a cell phone. It's getting harder and harder to differentiate between schizophrenics and people talking on a cell phone. Bob Newhart.
There beeth in the world today such a multitude of variety. But forsooth, some things simply cannot coexist. And so, what if the worlds were parted, and their inhabitants allowed to follow a path of their own?
Oops.
To be sure, reasoned Doodle God, they'll be needing wisdom, knowledge, and, all that.
Doesn't know. So we get some commandments now. Fresh out of the sky. If God had been a liberal, we wouldn't have had the 10 commandments. We'd have the 10 suggestions. So now, let's not rely on the commandments right now. Let's go back to this. So now, find this? Nope, I guess not. How about this? We got sugar. Everything is a miracle. It is a miracle that one does not dissolve in one's bath like a lump of sugar. Pablo Picasso. Well, now, paper, and I think we can do something with the gold. We can turn this into money. If you want to feel rich, just count the things you have that money can't buy. Well, someone must stand out the commandments. Human must do that. Religion. I considered atheism, but there weren't enough holidays. Now, back to religion again, I guess. With the human creates 2 new elements, law and sin. There seems to be a law that governs all our actions, so I never make plans. Greta Garbo. Now, money all the way there. Someone's gotta spend it. Someone's gotta make it work. Man was made at the end of the week's work when God was tired. And probably when somebody was fired. So... Now, here, human and work. Nope. It'd probably be a bit too backbreaking. Well, how about, I don't know, maybe, the book, if, human has to read at some point. So, get knowledge. You know more than you think you know, just as you know less than you want to know. So now, a human... A human who are seeking more knowledge and become a scientist. Science never solves a problem without creating 10 more. Hey. Now, of course, someone has to make the sacrifice. Someone must be thrown into the void. Or someone can volunteer for it too, and probably have a good time with it. An astronaut is the world's most advanced backpacker. Alright. So now, the human combined with bacteria, we get the virus. Love is like a virus. It can happen to anybody at any time. Now, I gotta think about something. Human and read? Well, whatever. Music. Music expresses that which cannot be said and on which it is impossible to be silent. Okay. So, guess we'll go ahead. Maybe the human can listen to some music while waiting. Have a little bit of fun. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. Walt Disney. Okay, so... The firearm. Combined with the warrior, we got the soldier. And also, the wizard and the demigod are no more. As God said so. Also, one of our categories is completely missing. Hey. Well, now... So, we just created the soldier, I think. Let's go ahead and... beer. There we go. We'll... I guess drink at home. Or we can just make it into a tavern and create a new group. There is nothing which has been contrived by man by which so much happiness is produced by a good tavern. Now, what if we combine... alcohol and vodka won't work, but... Alright, where was beer again? It was right here. Beer and vodka. Bit too much. Beer is the cause and solution to all of life's problems. Homer Simpson. Well, now. Vodka again, I guess, and milk. Here we go. A White Russian. How come if alcohol kills millions of brain cells, it never killed the ones that made me want to drink? Well, maybe you'll get lucky. Oops, didn't want to go into there. Meat. You probably wouldn't like raw meat. Those humans probably wouldn't. So, let's go ahead and cook it up. Yes! We can cook it up. The only time to eat diet food is while you're waiting for the steak to cook. Julia Child. Now, so go ahead. What is that? Milk again? I can never remember. Bacteria. We can go ahead and create cheese. Age is not important, unless you're a cheese. And now... dough. Go ahead and combine it with the apple to make something. Apple pie. In order to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first create the universe. Carl Sagan. So now... back to water again, I guess. Okay, we can combine water with water now. Couldn't before. Plenty of elements we couldn't create before, but now we can after Chapter 3. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. Water and... glass, maybe? Somehow, ice. Ice cream is exquisite. What a pity it isn't illegal. Voltaire. Don't just have to combine vodka with beer. I guess we can go ahead and combine vodka with coffee too. A B-52. The really important things are said over cocktails and are never done. So, I don't know. Vodka and, or any alcohol and sex. Nope, but vodka and sex. Jokes for this element were cut by the censor. Speaking of cut, I'm gonna cut video now. See you next time for the next part. The final creations, I guess. Only 32 more elements to go. Alright, now I'll cut.